Hey, I'm Stacia, and I am a trauma-informed personal development coach. I was drawn to Phoenix Path as a way to deepen my craft and my skill set. I had been working with clients previously, and we were getting results, but there was a level and a layer of the deeper kind of work that I wanted to be able to traverse responsibly with my clients. There were things that I was starting to see that I could tell would really impact my clients in such a long-term way. Things that I knew that if we worked on those kinds of things, that they would compound over time and my clients would get even more results and even more relief in their life and more joy in their life and all of these types of things. And really, I was craving a depth in this industry too that I feel I got into this work for. I had this passion. I got into coaching because I had so much passion about helping people. And I was also starting to lose excitement around the work that I was doing because I felt like I wasn't able to fully lean into that. Mostly because a lot of the work that I had been doing up until that point it was more strategic. It was based off of my personal experience versus something that was universal for most people. And there were a lot of like blind pockets in the way that I was working before. So I joined Phoenix Path as a way to develop my skill sets and to take my career in coaching to another level. I also did it because I wanted to feel good about this work again. I wanted to feel like what I was doing was making a real difference for people. And I knew that I know that it was prior to this, but I wanted to touch on the part of, okay, maybe ignore that part. Edit that part. But I really wanted to go back to my initial, how do I explain this? There were a lot of things I was becoming disillusioned with within the coaching industry. And I was drawn to Phoenix Path because it was a way of actually addressing people's real needs. And it was a way of helping people through real things, not just some of the more glorified things that we see on the internet, but like things that are actually people are actually struggling with on a day-to-day basis that actually impact their life in so many different ways. Um, you may or may not want to include that, but basically, I wanted to feel good about the work I was doing again. And I didn't want to participate in the superficial game that sometimes it can be. Okay, there are so many things I love about my experience with Phoenix Path. One of my favorite things about the course is getting to use the modalities. Like as you're learning them, you use them in real time with real people who are going to give you real feedback. You experience them yourself, so you get to feel what it's like to be on the client side of it and what the client is experiencing, and that experience goes so far. Just being able to practice over and over and over again these techniques helps you feel more confident in what you're doing. It's like my practice is so much more grounded. The techniques that I'm using, I understand so much better because I've both used them on the side of the practitioner, and I've experienced them almost like as a client. In multiple different scenarios. So that really helps. Just the experience alone, being able to kind of log time with these practices is so helpful. Another thing I really love about Phoenix Path and an unexpected win kind of that I have had is I don't have to market myself as much as I did. And I'm a mom. I homeschool. I don't love to live my life online. Um, and I really haven't had to. I think that my embodiment of this work has gone so far to the point of that most of my clients are coming from referrals, are coming from word of mouth, are coming from interactions that I'm having in my day-to-day life, just normal conversations, because I'm just so much more grounded in what I do. I use somatic work all the time. I use it all the time in my practice. I use it with my son. I use it with my family. I use it with my friends. Um, I'm able to give so much more. I was so burnt out before. I used to be so burnt out because I thought that in order to show up for my clients, I had to really just like be there all the time, be this like, oh, like there was so much of my client success before I believed was determined by my ability to work really hard and like know so many things and to be there all the time. And so I was burnt out. And I'm not anymore. My cup is so much more full. I have so much more to give. I understand why that is. And so my work life balance has been so much healthier. My relationship to my business has been so much healthier. My relationship to this work has been so much healthier. It's less based on who I am, which is such a relief. It's more grounded in foundational work and practices, which takes the burden off of me. So there are so many things. I could probably go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. I get really excited about this. If you want more, ask me more because I love it. Okay. I have changed a lot since I joined Phoenix Path. My husband is so grateful that I joined Phoenix Path. My family is probably so happy that I joined Phoenix Path because it's changed my life. I did not expect that trying to be better for my clients and like my initial journey of trying to develop my skill set more so that I could be a better coach, so that I could show up better for the people that I cared about, so that I could help facilitate change for people would have such an impact on me, but it did. Um, I am I had no idea before joining Phoenix Path how much I was living in a survival state. Before joining, and even like as I joined, there was this perfect storm of crazy things happening in my life. And so I kind of came into Phoenix Path in a really rocky space unintentionally. I was going through so much in my life and I was dealing with so many just external forces and I was in constant fight mode and I was burnt out. So I was trying all of these things that had worked in the past for how to run my business, how to be in my life, whatever, that were no longer working. And Phoenix Path gave me really a different way to do things. I am so much more at peace with myself. I am a lot slower. I move a lot slower than I used to. Again, I have so much more to give to the people around me and to myself. I've learned how to be kinder to myself. I've learned that, gosh, I could say so many things. There's so many things that I want to say, but I don't necessarily want to share with the world. But Yeah. I'm just so much more centered. I also know where, yeah, hopefully that's good. If you want more, just ask. So the biggest thing that's changed in my space holding is I'm able to hold space for more clients and more people. I think that that's a result of having more of the foundational work laid out in my practice. Before, I relied a lot on my effort. I would really put a lot of responsibility on myself to fix things for my clients. And whether or not I was actually doing that, I was still taking a lot of things on with my clients that really wasn't my responsibility. And it really it wasn't helping them either. It wasn't helping me and it wasn't helping them. So I'm able to hold more space for more people now. And it requires a lot less effort. I'm a lot less burnt out from it. I recognize what I need to give to myself in order to hold better space, and to be responsible with the spaces that I'm in. I also do feel really responsible with the way that I'm working. I feel like I'm in integrity, which helps my confidence in holding space. So I love working with Jess. Jess has the ability to see you in the places that you really need to be seen. And experiencing that as a student has translated into my coaching practice in more ways than I can even articulate here. She has really shown me that helping people and showing up for people and deeply caring about people, deeply caring about people, and helping somebody to transform something within themselves is a really simple and profound process. Just really simplifies things in a way that sometimes mind my mind can go into complicated strategies and likes to map out all these complex things. And Jess has really shown me that sometimes truth and healing and all of those things is really simple. And I love that about her work. I love that so much about her work. She also sees your blind spots. She sees the things that you need her to see. Like, you really need somebody sometimes to see these things about yourself in order to she shines a light on these pockets of yourself that really need it. And you need somebody to meet that. We need that so much. How do I explain that? Jess can also see through I needed Jess to see through the parts of me that were really good at performing, that were really good at being a good student, in order to get to the things I actually needed to work on. And she did that in a way that most people struggle to. She was able to meet me with love and all of my fieriness and all of my protection and all of my like determination and all of that. She was able to really disarm me. Oh, I feel like I've given you so much more feedback on this before, but hopefully you get something out of that. Thank you, Jess. Okay, I would say that this course is for anybody who is in a helping space, who shows up in some capacity or other to help people, and is looking for a way to improve their skill sets, to help people more on a long-term level, like to help people to help enact lasting change for people. That goes beyond just superficial kind of strategies and techniques, but who also wants to improve their relationship to being a helper, to being in that role. So again, I think that this course is for anybody who is in a helping space, who supports others in any capacity, who is wanting to improve their technique and their ability and their skill set, but who is also wanting to improve their relationship to being in that role and to being a helper of other people. Because I think that this course does both. Oh my gosh, I just I think I recorded this. I didn't push start. Okay. Here's what I said. I feel like I've given you a testimonial before that's probably more useful than this one because I'm a little distracted and Avery's in the background, like trying to be good. Okay, but if I were to talk to my past self before I started Phoenix Path, all I would do is speak to the protector part of me that was showing up to be better, to be stronger, to be smarter, more intelligent. I would have basically said, like, if you study, this is going to be an intensive, like, course where you're going to study all of these things and you're going to know so much and you're going to be able to help people in this way that you could never help them before. And you're going to finally be in like total integrity with yourself and with others. And you're gonna, I was just like hyped up all of those things, because if you would have told me that by the end of this, I would actually have relief from all of the like mental chaos that had been plaguing me my entire life, that I had been trying to get help and relief from. If you would have told me that I was going to get that, I would have not believed you. If you would have told me that by the end of this, I would trust myself, that I wasn't crazy, I would not have believed it. If you would have tried to sell me on the personal transformation that I was going to receive, or if you were even going to sell me on the fact that I would have a better relationship with my coaching business, or have a better relationship with my work, or have a better relationship with being a helper and being somebody who supports other people, I probably wouldn't have even believed it. I would, if I were to talk to my past self, I would totally trick it. I would trick myself and tell myself that I'm going to be better in all these other ways, knowing that I was going to get this instead. I mean, I am better in all those ways, but you know what I mean.